So, the DCU or the DC Universe now has new leaders. James Gunn and Pete Safran are now in charge. The CEOs of DC Studios, yes, I get it. They still have to answer to and report to David Zaslav. We get it. We get it. But James Gunn and Pete Safran have big issues already, and they haven't even started. Technically, they're on day 2. So, yo, what is freaking good, YouTube? Warstu here. If you are new around it, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, pop culture-based content that we do on a daily basis. If you could, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know down below what do you think about everything that we've just spoken about in this video. And also, if you could, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Also, check us out on the Twitter sphere, WarstuG, soon to be verified when we pay $8. I'm joking. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Right, and let's get into this video. So, the Ezra Miller situation. He's going to be fired because he's not a very good representation of Barry Allen or The Flash. Yes, he was somewhat better in the Snyder Cut. We get it, but overall, it's not looking very good. So before they took over as the new leads of DC Studios, because allegedly no one else wanted the job, Warner Bros. Discovery were pretty much waiting on the Flash movie coming out before they decide what the frickin' hell to do with Ezra Miller. Now the word going around, the scoop of the game and the insider, sorry, they prefer to be called insiders. It's their formal title. Although a few of them are anonymous because their identities can't get out. So everyone keeps saying that Ezra Miller will be done. I hope they film a new scene, ending scene, where they decide to get rid of him and replace him. Hell, I don't care if you bring Wally West in, bring Kid Flash in, bring your boy Warstu in, or bring a new Flash in. Hell, bring Grant Gustin in. He's a fan favorite. So what I find very interesting is DC over the years hasn't really been very profitable. But one thing I find very fascinating is, since Zack Snyder left DC, well, did he leave? Did he not? He kind of left due to unforeseeable, sad conditions, the passing of his daughter back in 2017, is outside of Aquaman and Joker, they've not had a box office success. For people like, yeah, but the Snyderverse was trash and all the Snyderverse movies, so will they restore the Snyderverse? Now, we've all seen that viral clip going around when James Gunn says, I'm very good friends with Zack. Hell, you look at Zack's numbers for the DCE movies, then you look at the numbers recently, and there's been no good one. And yes, I said that Black Adam has flopped because 2 weeks in, and it's hit $256 million. And no, on the most recent video, I was not saying it's because Superman fans didn't show up. I was saying, if the fact that Superman Henry Drizzle, you guys love that, if the fact that he shows up meant that much, I'm sorry, lads and ladettes, it should have done more than $67 million opening weekend. Man of Steel did over $100 million opening weekend, and that was back in 2013-ish, I guess. We spitball this. Actually, I've got some stats in front of me, but not everything. So it is interesting. I was like, yeah, the Snyderverse sucked. And it's like, well, we look at all the numbers. And yeah, I would still class Shazam is in the Snyderverse territory, but Shazam did what? 363 million? I mean, I really did like that movie. But if we look at the numbers of said Snyderverse that was so bad, Man of Steel, 667. Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. Okay, I get it. It's got Batman in. It's got Superman in. It had Wonder Woman in it. We get it. It should have done more than 870 million, but still, that's a big number. Suicide Squad, 645. The original Wonder Woman movie, 800 million. For the first female superhero movie, that was great. And Black Widow comes out and barely does 400. Yeah, we all love Scarlett Johansson though, but it came out. It should have came out 5 years sooner. So, Justice League. This is not Zack Snyder's Justice League, this is Justice League. 655 million. Now, that only just outdid Man of Steel. Aquaman 1.1. That is Snyderverse, I don't care what you say. And then Shazam, obviously, is 363. And then Joker did over $1 billion. And then you look at the most recent movies. 2020, but the world was in a really bad place. Stop using this world was in a really bad place excuse. Because the actors are still the same for these movies. So, 1984 Wonder Woman didn't even break $200 million. The Suicide Squad, although I really think that was a cool movie, 2021, last summer, 167. So I guess, technically, if you want to compare Black Adam to The Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman 1984, then sure, it has done big numbers. But if you compare Black Adam to Man of Steel, opening weekend, it just about did half of what Man of Steel did. You know, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is supposed to be the most famous, the highest paid actor in Hollywood. He was promoting it so freaking hard that he literally told you the whole storyline, and he basically confirmed that Superman Henry Cavill was back. How? I don't understand how Black Adam didn't outdo Man of Steel. I mean, personally, I don't care for domestic numbers because I'm not from America. But how didn't it do $60 million opening weekend is terrible. So is James Gunn and Pete Safran. It's worth saying Pete Safran's obviously working on Shazam! Fury of Gods, and he's being a producer on multiple projects that Warner Bros. Put out. I think with James Gunn and Pete Safran, the DC universe has a very good chance. But I just can't comprehend. I know what people are going to say. Yeah, the pandemic. It's all because of the pandemic. Yet Godzilla versus Kong, even though that came out on streaming, did over 400 million, which is much higher than all these. Yes, I do believe Black Adam will somewhat get around the $500 million mark, maybe a little bit more if it gets a China release, sure. And yes, I do believe the Shazam! Fury of Gods, The Flash, Blue Beetle, Aquaman, and The Lost Kingdom, etc. I do believe they all can do good. But the Flash movie needs to recast Ezra Miller, please. Get rid of him. He is not the Flash. What do you know about the Flash? Well, this YouTube channel was essentially formed on the Flash TV show. The Flash is literally half of the logo. He's on the banner. He's on the intro. He's on the outro. He's literally one of my favorite characters. So please, shush. I know more about the Flash than you. And he isn't the Flash. Grant Gustin may not be as good of an actor. Actually, he is a better actor than Ezra Miller. What the hell am I on about? He's a much better actor. But realistically, if you go by these numbers, restore the Snyderverse. No, we don't need to restore Snyderverse. Do we? I don't know. Let me know. I just find it very funny how you go on Twitter and people criticize going, yeah, but Black Adam's done more numbers than the whole of the Snyderverse. And it's like, it's not even done close. Not even done close. Not even done close to any of the opening weekends. And yeah, you could say, oh, the production value was really high. I mean, yeah, sure. Man of Steel cost more. I mean, this is hard to believe, but it's not when you get the Fiora, the Zod, the Superman fight, the amount of CGI it would take, that crazy fight they had that destroyed Metropolis. You can understand why Man of Steel cost more than Black Adam, but $200 million for Black Adam. Really? It cost more than Aquaman. Really? It cost more than Wonder Woman. Really? It cost more than Suicide Squad. Really? How? I mean, Shazam's got a really low budget $85 million. So, yeah, it might have only made $363 million, but the budget was way under half of what Black Adam is. I'm not hating on the Black Adam movie. Yeah, Warstu, you're such a hater. No, if you go back to my review, I'll plug it over the screen now, or put a card right at the end of the video. I actually really liked Black Adam. I just can't understand how the freaking movie didn't do very good. It really didn't do very good. So the criticism I had was, yo, if you all showed up like you said you would, rock up and watch it 7 times because Henry Cavill shows up for exactly 2.5 milliseconds, then why didn't the movie do very well? Yes, I get it. It's in 2 weeks in. Yeah, sure. It could still bang $1 billion. Let's be honest, it's not going to get anywhere near $1 billion. But my point is, you got a movie, it's got the Justice Society America in, Black Adam, Henry Drizzle Superman, Amanda Waller. Why didn't it do more than an opening weekend of $60 million? Like, seriously. Yeah, I guess you could say that Aquaman, yeah, I mean, they were told, so Aquaman did 67, this did 67, yeah, but Aquaman went on to bang 1.1 billion due to international. It's never due to domestic. Domestic doesn't mean nothing. But America's the biggest country in the world. Well, yeah, it is, but if you look at the numbers for Aquaman, domestically, it's always international that kills it. It really is. So, is James Gunn going to restore the Snyderverse? No, but I do think at some point we'll get Justice League 2 and 3 for sure, confirmed by no one. But saying that, Zack Snyder said he wants to work with Henry Cavill again. Is he confirming Justice League 2 and 3? Or is he confirming his involvement with Man of Steel 2? We don't know. Find out next time on the Warstu Show. So, let me know, guys, what do you think before? What do you think? What do you think about this video? Was it any good? It's kind of a random video, but I do get a little bit annoyed when people goes, yeah, the Snyderverse movies all flopped. And you look at all of them. If you look at all of them, they didn't flop. I would say The Joker is the only movie that hasn't flopped since Zack left in 2017. Okay, Aquaman, okay, yeah, that's part of the Snyderverse, so same continuity. But you look at Birds of Prey, 200 million, 84, 160. The Suicide Squad, 167. Black Adam, yeah, probably will make a profit overall, maybe at a stretch. But I do find all this stuff fascinating. So, the Snyderverse is being restored because Warstu said it, and Warstu said everything. He said the Snyder Cut was coming to HBO Max before anyone else, and that happened. He said Henry Cavill Superman was returning because he never went anywhere. He said Man of Steel 2 was coming. He said that. He said that Ben Affleck was going to be in The Flash. He said that. God, I get everything right. I know you guys hate me saying that, but if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. And I'll catch you in another video, guys, very soon. Don't take me serious, and I'll catch you in another video very soon, guys. Catch you later.